YouTube, B Smokehearts back here with you, and today I'm gonna do a quick video. I've got some St. Louis style spare ribs. I am in the holiday flavor of things. I am gonna jazz them up holiday style, if you will. And I'm gonna do that to this particular rib cook video by introducing a bit of apple cider vinegar. Stay tuned, and I'll show you how I get it done. Now, in the meantime, let's get these ribs seasoned. Did a bit of trimming off camera, nothing major. I only took off, a bit of fat, and I took off that that skin on the underside. We're gonna go down with a bit of black pepper. Love me some black pepper. It's not gonna be hot. Then I'm going to go down on this side with some kosher salt, keeping it nice and simple. I don't have a lot of time to be cooking these. Getting a bit of a late start. I believe it's about 3 o'clock here, my portion of Texas. That'll be good for that. And then I want to hit it with just a light coating of, this is Dano's Chipotle. That's why we're going to keep it light. Chipotle can really take over the flavor of a dish, any dish, if you let it. We're going real light on that backside. Then we're going to come back with some Blues Hog, sweet and savory. You can smell that Chipotle already. I did not use a binder. These ribs are quite moist. This is the backside, so we go a little light on the backside than we do on the that front side. We're gonna go a bit heavier. All right, my seasoning standing on. That's excellent. We're gonna do the same thing. Black pepper. Nice even coat. Holding your bottle nice and high, gently shaking. Keep that mixture moving. Come back once or twice. I told you guys this side, our presentation side, we can hit a little bit heavier. That black pepper is going to help us achieve a nice dark bark. Alright, we're going to come back with some kosher salt. A few pinches. These other rubs I'm using do have or contain salt, so I'm not going to go too heavy. Sprinkling from up high. Now, the more meatier section of these ribs, by all means, you want to season them a bit heavier than you do these thinner sections. That's just kosher salt and black pepper. Hitting it with the Dano's Chipotle. See, Dano's doesn't really have any sodium in it. And then we're going to finish it off with some Blues Hog, sweet and savory rub. Real simple. You use what you have. You'd be okay if you just do kosher salt and black pepper. It's one of my favorite ways to eat ribs. You can absolutely do that if you're going to glaze. Do something sweet. Salt and pepper is a more than neutral background. That's going to be enough for these ribs. I'm only doing 1 rack today. Again, this is a Wednesday, I believe. We're gonna let these chill here on my counter while I get a fire started on my Weber Kettle. Stay tuned. Alright, let's put together a simple spritz. I just put the ribs on. I'll give you guys a look at that here shortly. I'm going with apple cider. Not much, because I don't plan on spritzing much. About a good ½ cup. And then I've got this Blues Hog Tennessee Red, nice vinegar based barbecue sauce. We're going to go in with just a tad bit of that. About a good 2 teaspoons. And other than that, that's going to be it. Get this out of there. We're going to give this a good shake. That's our spritz. I might have to go back and strain it because I see that Tennessee Red has particles in it, and it'll clog this filter up. Stay tuned. All right, let me show you guys what we have. I just put these ribs on here. All right, they're the ribs. Yeah, I need to clean my Weber, guys. This is some of that Creole salt, that soot coming from the top. That's fine, I'll get it clean. For the meantime, I'll be cleaning these ribs off. So let me show you what we have. We've got Kingsford Blue Bag. I sprinkled a handful of Royal Oak lump charcoal. I've got a few small pieces of post oak chunks that I'll be throwing in. I don't want a real heavy smoke on these. So now, these are the ribs. There is no water in this trough. I am using my smoke and sear attachment. Other than that, we're going to cook these for an hour. Then I'll check. I'm looking to cook these unwrapped for about an hour to 2 hours. Maybe we'll go 2.5, 3 hours. Stay tuned. All right, this is the first hour. Let's see how we're looking. Main thing I'm looking for here is the color. We've got some drying out. That's excellent. I can start my spritzing now. So, actually, I've got a portion of beer that I'm drinking, and I'm going to let that ride as my spritz from here on out. I will reintroduce this actual spritz that I made when I wrap. Alright guys, so I like the color. I'm going to let this go for another hour. I'm going to put the top back on. As you can see, we got some flames. That is that piece of wood that I had in there. Again, that is post oak. We're going to let this keep going. I like where we're headed. Stay tuned. Alright, we're about 2 hours in. We got some good nice color on these ribs. Let me show you. It's looking pretty good. So here's what we're going to do. This next portion of the cook will be meat side down. I'm looking for these to be tender at about 30 minutes to 45 minutes in. With a Weber Kettle, we can do that. Alright, if I was on my stick burner, I'd probably be burning something. Alright, we're not going to go in with any sugar or anything. This apple cider already has more than enough sugar in it. So we're going to go, again, meat side down. Get these moved over. I'm going to go here. That's that Tennessee Red. And then we're going to get these flipped over in it. I'll go on the back side. Some of that Tennessee Red. We'll use the rest of it. But the star of this show will be this apple cider. Alright, and we'll get that in the packet here shortly. So we're going to get these wrapped. You don't want to go real aggressive here because you will rip this foil. I'm working with 2 pieces of foil. I don't have any wide foil. So I'll grab 2 pieces and we're going to make a little pouch. And that's going to be responsible for holding this liquid. We're going to fold this end over. Apples and pork is a match made in heaven. Hence the usage of apple cider. And it's the holidays. It's the holidays. We're going to pour this in there. Ribs already smell pretty good. So that's about half a cup of liquid. And we're going to go ahead and get this wrapped up. That Tennessee Red is vinegar heavy. So it'll cut some of the richness and sweetness of the apple cider. We're going to get this wrapped up. Now we're going back on the pit for the next 30 to 45 minutes. Meat side down. Stay tuned. Alright, we're approaching 3.5, right at 4 hours. Let's see what we have. The only thing I've done, I took the ribs out of this foil paper. And I have began glazing them. I made a apple cider brown sugar glaze. It's looking pretty good. I think we got about 5 to 10 more minutes on these. I'm gonna go ahead and pull them. You guys will see me when it's time to cut these up. Stay tuned. YouTube, we back. So let's recap what we did before we cut into these delicious ribs. I had a pack of St. Louis cut spare ribs. I seasoned with Kosher Salt, black pepper, and I also seasoned with 2 store-bought rubs. Front and the back, I let them hang out on my kitchen counter while I prepared a fire on my Weber Kettle 22-inch kettle. Alright, so this overall cook took right at 4 hours, a little bit over 4 hours. The first 2 hours, these ribs smoked using Kingsford Blue Bag Charcoal with a few pieces of post stoke. After the 2 hours, they were looking pretty dry. I spritzed once using that mixture I showed you guys. I did it off camera. I then, after the 2 hours, wrapped them in foil, double wrapped, meat side down. In that foil wrap, I also put a store-bought barbecue sauce. Feel free to use your own or make your own. And then I put in there some apple cider. Alright? Got it wrapped back up, put it back on the smoker where it stayed right at for another a little bit over 2 hours. So bringing this cook to a total of right above 4 hours. They're absolutely tender. Sometimes I have the hardest time getting spare ribs tender, but these are absolutely tender. I've tasted. I did glaze these off camera. I made a glaze using that apple cider vinegar, a little bit of brown sugar, some honey, some little bit of water, and I reduced it. And this is what we have. Let's cut a rib out and let's see what they look and taste like. Now, I don't want to flip these around, so I am going to find meaty portion between the bone, and that's where I'll cut. Looks so pretty, so camera worthy. I feel like I'm messing them up. They're still pretty hot. I just pulled them off. See the juices running? I like spare ribs because the fat content got a bit more fat content than your loin backs, aka baby backs. So there's one rib. I've already got my pictures, so put this in. Rib is still juicy. You see the juice still coming out. That glaze smells absolutely phenomenal. Looks pretty good. Can you see that? Looks good. Let's give it a bite. Perfect bite. Can you see that? Pulls off the bone, however it doesn't pull the rest of the meat with it. This is actually pretty good. I am still doing this as a holiday video. That apple cider makes this a bit Thanksgiving-y and Christmassy, if you will. If you haven't done so, you made it this far in this video, please give this video a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Until the next video, Beast Smokehouse out.